What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and in this particular video, I will be reviewing, recapping Atlanta Housewives Season 7, Episode 2, 1, and 2. Kenny, I'm doing a video! Anyways, y'all, sorry, that's my nephew in the background who won't go back to sleep. Okay, anyways, shout out to my YouTube fan, my old new subscribers, and if you're not subscribed, click that description button below. We're going to talk today about Showtime the Power Part 2, I like to call it, and some bits and bits here and there. Let's skate do the Kandi Todd situation. Kandi thinks that somehow, which coincidence, we already know how excited she is about Kandi marrying Todd. So, the way to solve this problem, even though we know she can't stand Todd, or the fact that Kandi's with anybody period past, and especially marriage stage, at least what I'm getting, she decides to not only buy mom another house, even though she gave her other house, which probably is about as big as probably 3 houses on my block. She didn't like that house. She didn't move into that house. So Kandi's way of solving problems sometimes is giving in and making her mom happy with material items. And in this case, she found a house, and it turned to y'all by the time, because Todd first, well, let's get into this. Todd is like, you buy your mom a house, so you know, you just basically like pacifying the issue. And Kandi's really, what excuse could Kandi give? Like, well, I think she'll be happy in this house because she didn't like the other house, even though it was paid for, and at least probably $1 million worth of stuff or whatever, and got one of them famous lion statues in the background that spits water that you sometimes see downtown in whatever your city that y'all live in. Well, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, it's kind of like, what real reason? But it's kind of like the, you know, to me personally, like the guilt that she feels, knowing that her mother did not want this union to happen. So her way of sitting here and trying to put a band-aid over an open wound is sitting here and giving her mom a house. It turns out later on, I mean, no, first she comes over to visit, and even when she's coming to the door, she's like, I rarely get a visit here. And when she comes in the house, I mean, Todd does speak to her, she says hi, whatever, but it's like the way she says hi. Huh. He's like, so, you know, are you gonna, like, how you think you're gonna design a house, like Mama Joyce or something like that? I don't know. And then he's like, well, you know, you want to take the old out of the new, hang, or something. I don't know, she just does this, hang, like he's talking to me for. That's pretty much the attitude that she's giving me. So Kandi finds, because Kandi believes that they've been doing progress, they can be in the same room. They were in the same rooms where she said, ain't no matter how to keep me off your ass last season. So what difference would that make with that situation? Like, just because they tolerate, maybe that was good ass editing, okay? Because even when a woman tries to smile, it's really hard, okay? Did anybody see Adam Family Part 2 and how Wednesday could smile quicker than Mama Joyce? And Mama Joyce, this is real life. Even though this is a reality show, I'm just saying, what's her name got paid to play Wednesday? And I mean, it was a struggle. Y'all check Adam Family 2 out with that scene where they're at that club, the kids, Wednesday and her brother. I still don't know brother's name, but I'm just Wednesday stand out, okay? But I'm just saying, that's what kind of reminded when Mama Joyce tries to smile. It's just, it hurts. I can't do it. So, anyway, they go to this house, and it's like a scene of MTV Cribs. Okay, we got 4 bedrooms. I mean, that's why I think the angle, like, did they take some of the cameraman producers from that show? Because I was confused. I thought I was watching the wrong channel. I don't know if y'all felt that way. Some of y'all did or not. But I was wondering, like, is this one of them home reality TV shows? Because I was confused, you know. And I thought somebody was gonna have an 8 of spades at the, you know, at the end of the scene or something after they give us a whole tour of the house. So Mama Joyce liked the house. Kandi's happy that she's apologized to Todd's daughter. She's all about blending family, but she admits that she's not gonna apologize to Todd's mom because she felt like she called me the B word. How much cursing was Mama Joyce doing to Cameron? Then she said she gonna fuck her up and gonna beat her ass, even the extra bonus on the voicemail we heard. And stuff. And didn't she even curse at Todd's mom? I didn't watch the whole Kandi's, you know, extended, you know, special show. But I'm just saying, okay, maybe, you know, I forgot some things or whatever, or I was missing some stuff, but yeah, so she is waiting, and she's going to accept the apology when I guess Todd's mother gives it, you know. But you know, when Kandi was talking about Joy to build family, and you know, she's trying to work, hopefully, to work on a child. Even Mama Joyce is just like, huh? On another child? How y'all working on, baby? Then she decides out of nowhere to say, you know, Kandi's been off of birth control for a whole entire year. Maybe because she's like, despite how what y'all think, we don't get to do it all the time, and maybe because they don't do it a day since she's ovulating, whatever. You know, whatever. That's part of why she got pregnant. Because she's been off birth control for a whole entire year. And Mama Joyce decides to sit here, make it seem like he has decided to do something without her knowing. Do you think he had a vasectomy? Because I dreamed it and I discerned and had a vision. I just thought about 20 seconds ago, so that way you can get on your nerves, and hopefully I can cause some more drift between you and Todd's marriage if I could, and just cause more problems. Because she said it like the home and it's hard to please, and I really first thought that, you know, maybe she got some afternoon life, but she still has that boyfriend. I'm just saying. So anyways, let's move on. Nene is still off in Las Vegas. Yeah, I know this is so random and just a rant, but my relatives, my mom, my brother, my niece and sister-in-law a couple of weeks. I went for his boy's wedding. Shout out to him. Congrats to y'all. They got married in Vegas. I didn't go. My mom and Mike Tyson, and didn't even take a picture. Okay, my sister-in-law got a picture. I know it's so random, but like he said hi, and I'm like, Mama, did you get a picture? She said no, and no, I didn't get a picture. Okay, anyways, so that just made me think about Vegas, but does make me want to see Zumanity in one of them Circus Olay freak show. I don't know why. I just think this pretty interesting. So Nene's letting us know that, you know, it is more to theater than what you think, because it ain't no edit stuff you gotta do right then and there. Even the lady that was talking to her before the line, she's just like, woo, you know, I'm a little bit nervous. She was like, yeah, it's all about the lines. Okay, fuck up you want to, bitch. Okay, that's pretty much what it was with that. So anyways, we go to that scene. She does the scene. The clips based on it looks like Nene did a good job, and that's pretty much that. You can't fault about that. Okay, after that, let's go to Cynthia real quick. Cynthia is so happy everything has changed about marriage to such a good spirit. She goes to visit her husband Peter at the Bar One. He's doing a rebirth for the Bar One. She's got a 5-page spread in Ebony magazine about, you know, how you look good at this any age. You gotta give her credit. But what I'm confused about, y'all, two things. Now, I do believe that I did not see, which was true, we didn't see which team, or if she was on anybody's team, whatever, or flip-flops at the time of the incident with Portia and the Kenya thing. Because we didn't know how she felt. But when you think about it, I forgot that, you know, it wasn't about Team Kenya, Portia, whoever. It was about Team, let me get my titty back in this dress. Because, I mean, remember when Portia got the spray out of Kenya's in, and all we seen was a blur, and I don't think we seen Cynthia for the rest of that show. Because, I mean, we just seen, you know, all that out there. So that's pretty much what happened. But other than that now, she's basically like how everything's changed, baby. She ain't invited Portia because Portia's talking stuff, and they showed a clip how Portia just flip-flops and, you know, blows like the wind. I mean, Portia said about Cynthia flip-flopping and blowing in and out the wind, right? And also how she's not inviting Nene, and Peter's just like, you know, who are you going to invite considering circumstances? So we ain't got to go through all that. But here I feel like this. The way it's good that her old self is back, and she is away from negative people, woo-saw, and all of a sudden Kenya and her are, you know, Laverne and Shirley and shit. But here's my whole thing about that. I'm confused of the hold that Nene had over her. Did she, knows how to do magic? Number two, that could be a possible choice. Did she have wireless handcuffs on Cynthia that she, you know, or some type of special tether on her hands and on her ankles, and finally Cynthia was able to break the code, and that was why she was able to break free from Nene's fuckery and control, and she could not even have sex with. Now she cannot stop chasing after Peter, and his Peter is what she was telling us. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the conversation that they had. This episode, it wasn't really towards the end that it kind of like got a little juicy, whatever they like to call it. So this just fans there. Okay, of course she decides to invite Kenya. You know, Brandon makes an appearance back again. He's kind of like joking about the whole incident about he was Kenya was asking him, I guess, to attend to the event. And like I said, they're talking about certain stuff. And of course, you know, Kenya and Brandon kind of like let us know about her resume and how many feels. Because it's kind of like it turned into, is she trying to, I mean, it's not wrong to give yourself plugs. But she was kind of talking about certain stuff where it was kind of like, yeah, I've been acting since 90 for this, and I just produced this movie to prove this from this angle here, and I use this certain lens and stuff like that, and Kodiak makes cameras and stuff like that, okay? So, anyways, she sat there and kind of was like, talking, and Brandon kind of said about, the situation, you move on and woosah, and you leave that negative stuff behind, and just kept going. It's kind of like he was kind of looking past it. No, he joked about even the incident with him and Apollo, even though I'm surprised that he didn't mention about not wanting to go, not because of the Apollo thing, but I mean, it's still questionable about from the angle, looked like Peter was holding him down and restraining him. Okay, he talking about beige on beige. He had mocha and beige after him, and I know this is a little bit irrelevant, but I did, notice a flashback when they had Apollo's back and it was just all glistening. Now, okay, anyways, so even though it was like what he did, but yeah, he made me smile and be mad at the same time. Is that possible? Oh, okay. Sorry about me, but anyway, so after that, they gotta make a song. Brandon's at the thing. He's like, "Bitch, you tried it." Was it something like that called "Bitch Be Gone"? "Bitch Be Gone" spray. Bitch, you cried. And she's talking about the Porsche incident again. About you pulled all my hair. You had a wig. I had real hair. Kenya, you have not made a product yet that kind of can maybe see or give us an idea. Use mango or whatever in your hair to make it grow. I'm just saying, as a possible money maker, maybe people will buy it. And you let us know, twirl to our hearts with this stuff to make your hair grow. Okay. So, after that, we have the Apollo and Phaedra thing a little bit. Now, Phaedra and her mama is together, and they take the babies, and Aiden's, I hope I'm not saying the baby's name wrong, to his first dentist appointment. I guess Paolo finds out about it. He comes up later. And Aiden is like so on point, and so there must be so much anger. He can sense, kids, they be underestimating these little babies, and they know what the heck is going on wrong. Some of them are smarter than some of these damn adults, okay? So, my whole thing is that he was talking and stuff like, yeah, okay, we gonna play pool and stuff, and we gonna watch Disney Joe and Obnoxious, all this stuff, and Peppa Pig. And as soon as Dad came in, he already knew. He was like, oh dear, something like that. I remember people saying all the lies. And then when Apollo's asking Phaedra with his doctor's appointment, and when he's supposed to see it is, Phaedra's just acting like he was not there. Okay. All right. So then the girl, I think a dentist assistant or something, a hygienist comes in, and she was like, "Where's Aiden? Okay, this is your first time in." He goes in back of the thing and, talking about this, get his plaque together, working together, teamwork with brushing. And Apollo saying like how he, has to be there for his kids and gonna have to explain to Aiden that daddy's gonna be gone for a while. And then once they leave, even the child I dated wasn't even asking him. He said bye to the kids in the Paul Phaedra's car. And the baby like, "Oh, where you going, Daddy?" And he, "Where you going?" or something like that. And he went their separate ways, and you just seen him unravel. And Phaedra's just like this. Basically, Paulo fucked up his family. We're the reason why we're in this condition now. You can kiss both my butt cheeks, okay, as far as I'm concerned. Alright. So that's pretty much her whole mentality now, okay? So, we're going to go later on this night, because that's when the interesting stuff began. We get introduced to Claudia. Now, first we have, everybody, Todd and Kandi come in, Peter. We see Andrew Stone is there. I forgot who's the other person. Miss Lawrence is there. Just a couple people around. And then Cynthia comes in looking stunning. Got to give the lady credit where it's due. And, eventually, I think Kandi was asking, like, who did you invite Porches to start? Sometimes Kandi says stuff at the wrong timing, or some stuff she maybe should have said it all. So, And you know, Nene's not there for a certain place. You know, but Kandi did bring this important in the confessionals. About 1 minute you always got to feel 1 minute some people ain't friends. Next minute enemies are sitting there, you know, talking about my buddy and everything else. And that's pretty much how it is at the moment. Now all of a sudden she's so cool with Kenya, which I never really, maybe I forgot, but I haven't really seen too many scenes of them being together. So all of a sudden now they just all like, we gonna get matching friendship tattoos next week. Okay, so anyways, you know, finally, fast forward, you know, Todd, like I say, Todd can't come in, they're looking at pictures of Peter, you know, stuff like that. Sorry, y'all. Need to get a bigger memory card, and I had some other videos still on there in that degrees. So, yeah, you got Todd and Kandi, they talking about everything, like I said, sympathy. I mean, why did I say sympathy with Cynthia? Did I? Okay. Anyway, Cynthia comes in there, you know, then we get introduced to Claudia, which has been Kenya's friend for supposed 10 years. And she recently moved to Atlanta, and I think she was originally in New York. And so, around this time, I don't know how it gets caught up where Kenya decides to ask Kenya, excuse me, a couple questions. Like, for example, oh, I don't know if y'all was able to see my nephew walk past by. If y'all did, y'all got a little cameo. But anyways, you know, you got this thing where she's asking about, you know, about Portia, I guess, talking. So some along the lines where I just stopped kind of like paying attention. And then it went from like the lawsuit thing, which, you know, you kind of had to wonder, like, why is this being kind of brought up? You know, did she put a lawsuit against Portia? And Kenya brought up, it's like, well, what the situation this time with her and Cynthia, and I think Kandi are sitting out. I think Todd was there too, and I think Peter was around. But the focus was on like this issue with the Portia thing and Kenya thing, which might ride on for a couple more, I don't know, half of the season out of the 84 episodes. So, I don't know. So, you know, Kenya was like, well, it feels like it was done to me because it was me. And, you know, nobody would feel sympathy. And Kandi was like, it was the other way around. She felt like she shouldn't have called away, but she actually had what coming. Even if Portia did it, if it was the other way around, then Portia should have got what was got coming. But it does also make a difference is if Kenya didn't do what she said before, y'all. I mean, she does have fans and everything, but, you know, I've seen a lot of reviews, and even down to myself as far as reviewers of this show, or just in general, it's like, you know, some of the stuff she said has been questionable. But we're going to, like, leave that out of alone because to a certain point is even the person's asshole or whatever the case is, don't put extra stuff that ain't got nothing to do on them. You know what I mean? Like, because this Apollo high school shit that he's on, is something else. Of course, like I said, Cynthia, you know, was talking about she invited Phaedra, but she understood the circumstances. And so Apollo comes in, and Kenya already ready. It's like, well, Kandi already questioned her, and, you know, like she's and stuff like that. She already felt uncomfortable, and then she was as soon as Paula comes in there, she's like, "This is unsexy." She goes into the bathroom with Claudia, and Claudia, I think the other guy Charlie said, "Well, she know he's gonna go to jail for 8 years," and basically the professionals we already know, like I think King was talking about, you know, Phaedra, you know, got what she deserved, what she expecting, a guy that was from jail, and he was there for after 3 days after he got out, even though. But what I got, they already were involved before he got in there. But okay, but you know, it's a chance that we took whatever. But then Apollo feels like he has to apologize to Kenya all the time, because you know. But it was hilarious, though, not hilarious, but just interesting when she said it was verbal abuse. And the clip they showed wasn't really about verbal abuse. It was kind of like he was coming at her like this: "You got dirty toenails. You need to use some Ajax and scrub them fuckers." That's pretty much what it was, you know, about the famous read, which I didn't honestly talk about in the reunion, my reunion review. But yeah, we know about the read that Phaedra gave Kenya at the time being. So after that, Kenya's getting ready to get a car, which obviously they have a big ass parking lot, or the valet person took off and drove off with Kenya's car for getting, because it was the scene the longest where Apollo is trying to apologize. Kenya don't want to hear about it. And where was Claudia? But Claudia did say this when she introduced. She said she has no problem with Portia, because I think Kenya was saying, like, you know, who does what as far as radio show. Portia does the television part with the Dish Nation, and Claudia does the TV news promoter, which she does the radio Ricky Smiley. But she's like, I ain't got no problems with Portia. Okay. That's all Claudia was. And so back to Apollo doing this I apologize. You know, it's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I was apologize for 2014 remix edition, Ruben Studdard, whatever he was trying to do. And Kenya's basically like, you don't want to hear it. And it's like, because of what you said, you're making me look like a whore. Now, she's many things. Maybe she admits she's a bitch at times, you know, cold-blooded. But that does make the situation worse when you're sitting here and trying to say that she's promised you sexual favors if the shit never happened. Now, even though she crossed the line by saying certain stuff, you know, they brought back to reunion also the woman she threatened Frazier when she was pregnant. But at the same time, she was saying that, you know, that Apollo was texting her and stuff like, stop telling your man to text me, and it was over-exaggerated. But still, because Apollo's excuse is, well, I was mad. So why were you still saying shit she didn't say? And on them lines, it does make her to be a whore. Like, she, you know, and if she didn't give you those things, but because that's one of the main things is Phaedra. Of course, you know, King was like, you know, why did she take, I think, I could have sworn, or put in the comments, didn't she say like, well, why would she take his side of her mind, and why she didn't do her research, her quantitative research, and surveys and questionnaires and observations of this situation. But to a certain point, that's her husband, and you're just some girl that you're supposed to interact with just because, you know, on the show. And Paul was always trying to say about how King had did them with the deal with the donkey booty, stallion booty, thoroughbred booty, make it clap your ass, Brazilian booty, whatever it was. Okay, so, but the thing is that, oh, by the way, didn't they also talk about again the Phaedra thing about not being there? Thought that she was gonna be there or something like that. I thought they brought up. Okay, and I know this is random, but did y'all remember the part where Nene was talking about in Las Vegas? I just remembered, and she was talking about, you know, how nervous she was her first day performing, and she grew balls that day with the drag thing. And I'm thinking like, I don't know why. We're just gonna leave that thought to ourselves, okay? So, I know Nene's a woman, but I'm just saying, you know, okay, never mind. So, you know, Paul was apologizing that he missed that he lied about her, basically, you know, about, you know, blows balloons. Y'all remember Janky Promoters? Y'all know what the heck I'm talking about when Ice Cube's movie. Okay, so blowing balloons, and you know, and that he met up with her or seen her in LA and stuff like that. But I think he came back again to give an apology. Like I said, with the ballet still didn't come with her damn car around that time. Was that the case? And he admitted, and then when he went in there, he just casually like, I wanted to kill him out because I didn't want to hurt nobody. You know, he kind of just fucked up a lot of people's lives and pensions and shit that they gotta recover and everything. But okay, but he wants to sit here and be like, well, I apologize. Yeah, I said, yeah, I lied that she promised relationship. But that was one of the main problems why Phaedra had a problem with Kenya and kept calling her a whore based on what you are telling her. And if that didn't happen, that didn't happen. Now, yes, she had the right to question when he up there grabbed her ass and throw her in the pool and stuff like that, whatever. And that was need to be checked. But some of the stuff that Phaedra was saying is going by that's making it worse. It's about what you did. And he's just like, okay, yeah, I lied. Made her look like a certain way. Okay. And Todd and even Peter and Candy's like, the fuck? And he was like, really? Did you really have to sit there and do the shit? He just like, well, she got my nerves. She made me mad. So I had to sit here and say all the stuff about her. Did y'all get my good side? I'm just saying, that's pretty much what it was, okay? And that's pretty much how it ended, you know, because Kenny's like, okay, you come up with that little so-called apology, yeah, whatever, but I know it's basically some BS. I think that's pretty much what it was. And that's pretty much how it ended, right? Because most of the episode was kind of like, I guess, a filler. Or like should be Real Housewives of Atlanta's like secrets after they finished the season. Yeah, it pretty much wasn't that much going on. But yeah, Apollo admitted that he lied. And his kind of new response, not even Candy's kind of looking at him kind of sideways. She's like, I don't know what to think of you as the same person anymore and stuff like that. You know, like that makes me look sideways. And Peter and Todd, at least that's what it appears to be. They started to question like, well, what the fuck else did you lie about? Yeah, so that's about it, y'all. Y'all have a pleasant week, pleasant night, pleasant weekend. And I definitely see you in the next video, y'all. Okay, take care. Yeah, it's like I said, it was just one of those episodes. I mean, it looks a little more interesting next one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Because I was just sitting here like, well, she said she didn't like my shoe. Oh yeah, she did. I forgot one point that when Apollo was sitting, when he didn't come there, and there was a surprise face, she didn't come before. This is when Kenya had left to go to the powder room with Claudia, and you know here, not to say that Apollo's not lying about the situation, like, you know, basically, like, you know, Phaedra wears a Jordan on one shoe and a Louis Vuitton or something, he was saying, Vuitton, Prada, whatever, red bottom or whatever, one heel and stuff like that. But it's kind of like, maybe to me, he still tries to play the victim to a certain point, or victim of circumstances. And maybe some of the stuff, unless it plays out more and we're able to see more, we can only make guesses. And maybe some stuff, you know, maybe taking them to the Lord takes them. You know what I mean? So anyways, y'all, yeah, again, pleasant week, pleasant night, pleasant weekends. And I definitely will see y'all in the next video. Y'all take care.